Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Precious. So if you did not know me, if this is your first time stopping by, welcome. In this channel we'll talk about trending topics, things happening in Nigeria and all over the world. So if you're interested, please do consider subscribing to my channel and let's get into it. So today we're going to be talking about the Nigerian couple who live in Florida that the husband actually shot the wife recently. So the couple met in 1998. A year after they met, they got married. So the guy, Mr. Hassan by name, he is a soldier, a Nigerian soldier. They were living good. After they got married, they have their kids. They had about 4 kids in Nigeria before the man decided to relocate his family to the US. So in Nigeria, the wife was not working. He was the one working, making all the money and taking good care of the family, apparently. So there wasn't any problems with that. In 2014, him and his wife had decided they wanted a better life for their family. So Mr. Hassan decided to relocate his wife and his kids to the US. While his wife and his kids were in the US, he was in Nigeria still making money, and also at least the first few years he was sending money, making sure that the family was still very much comfortable. They were fully reliant on the money that he was sending them in order to take care of their upkeep. Then gradually the wife started making hair, braiding people's hair. So gradually as things progressed, she started to gain some level of popularity. So as she became a lot more popular, she was able to make more money because her kids were helping out. She was able to make a lot of money. So eventually her husband in 2017 decided that he was going to stay with his family. He was missing his family a lot, so he wanted to come down to the US, and instead of coming to visit, he was going to stay. So being that he did not have papers, it wasn't that easy for him to get a job. So all he could do was just menial jobs. So eventually he started doing like Uber and then food delivery and all of that. But unfortunately for him, it was kind of like too late because it seemed like his wife had moved on. So being that she was making a lot of money, to an extent made her feel like the husband was kind of like beneath her standards. So she felt like she had moved on. He was no longer able to particularly afford her lifestyle anymore. So it seems like she started treating the husband really badly, just being very disrespectful, doing her own thing, going in and out of the house anyhow that she wanted, basically just doing her thing and leaving the husband behind. So eventually the husband will complain, talk to friends and families and well-wishers, people who care to listen and people who could intervene. But unfortunately nothing could be done, because no matter what anybody does or says to the wife, she would still do whatever she wanted to do. And 2022, the wife bought a new house. So she remember when they came to the US, they were living in like a rented apartment. So now the wife was comfortable enough and she was making good money and she was able to buy this new house. So they moved into the house, a bigger house that the wife had bought. So it seemed like while they had moved into this house, whenever the husband complains, the wife would be like, oh, if you don't like it, just pack your things and leave. The disrespect became just too much, and at some point the husband became very depressed. April of 2023, the wife bought another house, and then in this own case, she said the house was for her and her customers, that she was going to move into that house with her kids. And don't forget, the kids, the girls, will help her with braiding hair and make everything a lot more faster. So she decided she was going to move into this new house with her girls, just her and her girls, and wanted her husband and the boys to stay in the other house. So the husband had no other choice but to accept the condition that the wife had given. In August of 2023, she told the husband, hey, I would like you to move my sons to the new house where I'm living right now. So I want the kids to stay together, and I would like you to help me pack this and that and bring it to the house. So I mind you, because this man has been disrespected in so many ways. He has been talked to in some disrespectful manner, and he's just gotten used to his condition, and that he feels he needs to do whatever the wife wants. He will do it in order for peace to reign, and not just for peace to reign, in order for his family to continue to stay together. At some point, his friends had even advised him to leave the marriage, go his separate ways, that it seems like things are not working out, it's better for him to leave. But the man insisted that he loves his wife, he still wants his family together, he wants to do whatever he can do in order to make sure his marriage works. So that made him continue to stay in the marriage. So now the wife called him and was like, I need you to move my things to the new house and then get the boys. He did not object, so he helped pack her things, send them to the new house, and also let the boys move on with their mom. So on the man's birthday, which was 26th of August, the birthday text message that he was supposedly to get from his wife was, happy birthday, friend. Now you can, I think we're better off as friends, and I believe you should find a place to live, because I'm going to be selling that house. That probably was what ticked the man off. So now his kids called him and were like, hey dad, we need some groceries and we need this and that. So he said, okay. Usually he does such things apparently. So he decided he was gonna go get them the groceries. So it seems like within that few period, he had his mind set to kill his wife. So he packed up the things that the kids wanted, got to the house, kids opened the door, and he went in, because previously the wife wouldn't let him into the house. So, but in this case, because he had something he needed to bring to the kids, they let him in. So when he got into the house, he asked, where is your mom? They said the mom is taking a shower. So he got into the bathroom and he shot the wife. So now after shooting the wife, he calls 911. He says, hey, I shot my wife. So the ambulance came, the police came. 2 hours after they had taken him out of the residence and to the hospital, the wife died. And now this man is facing manslaughter. I mean, I think it's a very sad story, but these things happen, especially with Nigerians in diaspora. And my only thing is, most times people will say, oh, when women come in here and then they become nurses, and once they become RONs, they start to act up. In my own opinion, it's not about becoming an RON. If someone has something deep down in their mind to do, they're still going to do it, regardless of whatever occupation that they are in. I think one of the saddest things for me in this story is what happens to the kids. What's going to happen to these kids? Husband and wife are busy fighting each other, forgetting the fact that they have kids to raise. And now the kids are left with no mom, no father, nobody to take care of them. But yes, I agree at some point, sometimes you outgrow someone. But the way she went about it, I don't think was the right way. I'm not condoning what the man did. He was completely wrong for shooting the wife. In my own opinion, if you're in a marriage or if you're in a relationship and you see that it's not working out, the other person has moved on, what prevents you from just moving on? It's hard, I know. It's hard to move on. But losing your wife, losing your freedom, and then losing your kids, is that a better life? Because now this man is going to be in jail. He's been convicted of manslaughter, and I don't think it's coming out of it in the next couple of years. So he's probably going to spend the rest of his life in jail. Is that the life that people want? So if something is not working out and you feel like, oh, okay, this person has rejected me, doesn't want to move on, then you figure out a way to move on. Killing that person isn't going to make it better, because now your life is going to be terribly messed up. Even if he comes out, I doubt if things are ever going to be the same. And then even if you're to make any decision, you should also consider the fact that the decision that you make should not be just you alone. You think of the kids. What will happen to the kids? Now these kids are going to grow up with no mother, no father in the picture, and who knows, probably get into the foster system. And well, for people who are in the US, you know how that goes. So this is generally a very sad incident, and I hope that in the future things like this can be stopped. People can find a way to resolve their differences, marital or relationship differences, in a civil way without having to kill each other for it. It's just totally a completely sad story, and I just thought to bring it to the attention of you guys. Well, I will just love to hear your thoughts on this. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this whole situation, because it's just a mess in my opinion. It's just a complete mess. The woman is dead. The man is going to spend the rest of his life in prison. The kids are going to be completely abandoned with no mother or father in their lives. It's just a mess. Let me know what you guys think. Bye.